Chapter 5. How the Kangaroo Learned to Hop. At one time, the kangaroo, which lives in Australia, was very different from the way he is now. He had 4 short legs, and he ran everywhere. One morning, he decided he wanted to be different. He went to the small god Nkwa and said, "Make me different from all other animals by 5 o'clock this afternoon." Nkwa shouted at him, "Go away!" The kangaroo went to the middle god, Nking, and said, "Make me different from all other animals by 5 o'clock this afternoon, and make everybody like me." Nking shouted at him, "Go away!" The kangaroo did not give up. He went to the big god Nkong and said, "Make me different from all other animals by 5 o'clock this afternoon. Make all the other animals like me. Make them run after me because they want to be with me." Nkong answered, "All right, I will." Then he spoke to the dog Dingo. "Run after this silly animal." The dog was hungry, and he ran after the kangaroo. He wanted to catch him and eat him. The kangaroo ran and ran and ran as fast as he could on his 4 short legs. Then he came to a river. There wasn't a bridge across the river. There wasn't even a boat. The kangaroo thought for a moment. He stood up on his hind legs and hopped across the river. With one great hop, he was across the river. The kangaroo hopped and hopped and hopped everywhere. The more he hopped, the stronger his legs became. And now, instead of running, he hopped everywhere. The dog ran after him, but could not catch him. At 5 o'clock, Nkong came out and told the kangaroo and the dog to stop running. Nkong said to the kangaroo, "Go and say thank you to the dog, Dingo." "What?" exclaimed the kangaroo. "Why should I thank the dog? What has he done for me? He just chased me and tried to catch me so that he could eat me." "Did you ask me to make you different from all other animals?" Nkong demanded. "Well, yes, I did." "How do you move from place to place now?" Nkong asked. "I hop," the kangaroo answered. "Did you hop from place to place before?" Nkong wanted to know. "No," the kangaroo uttered. "I ran." "Therefore, you are now different from other animals," Nkong told him. "Did you ask me to make animals run after you?" Nkong asked again. "Well, yes, I did," answered the kangaroo. "Dingo ran and ran and ran after you." The kangaroo was not pleased. He did not like having to hop everywhere, and he did not like having animals run after him. However, this is what he had asked for. The kangaroo said, "I thought you were going to use magic. Instead, you made that dog chase me. You made a joke of my wishes." Nkong answered, "I can make the dog chase you again if you want." "No," said the kangaroo. "I'm sorry. Please leave my legs the way they are. I am tired and hungry from hopping around all day." "Tell me about your problems tomorrow," Nkong said. He went away to wash. Dingo and the kangaroo were still hungry. They blamed each other for their hunger for the rest of the day. Chapter 6. How Armadilloes Came to Be. One day, Mother Jaguar, a large cat who lives in South America, said to her son, "Go to the river and get yourself something to eat." "What shall I eat, Mother?" the young jaguar asked. He was not a very clever animal. "You'll see a hedgehog and a tortoise there. You can eat either of them, but be careful how you do it. The hedgehog will coil up when he sees you. He will push out sharp spines on his back, and you won't be able to eat him." "What will the tortoise do?" the young jaguar asked. "The tortoise will go into the river and swim away," Mother Jaguar told him. "But he cannot move quickly on land, so you will have time to catch him. He lives in his shell, so scoop him out of his shell before he can get away." "What shall I do about the hedgehog's sharp spines?" the young jaguar asked. "Drop him quickly into the water. Then he will uncoil, and you will be able to eat him," Mother Jaguar advised. The young jaguar went to the river and saw 2 animals there. "One of those animals is a hedgehog," he thought, "and one is a tortoise. But which is which?" "Excuse me," he said. "My mother has told me to scoop a tortoise out of his shell with my paw and drop a hedgehog into the water. but I can't do this until I know which of you is which." "Are you sure your mother didn't tell you to drop the tortoise into the water and scoop the hedgehog out of his shell?" the tortoise asked, trying to confuse him. "Or perhaps she told you to scoop the water out of the hedgehog and drop yourself into the water?" The hedgehog added. "I don't think she said that," the young jaguar answered, trying to remember his mother's words. "Please tell me what kind of animal you are," he added. "I'm not going to tell you," the hedgehog said, "but you can scoop me out of my shell if you like." The young jaguar put out his paw to scoop the animal out of his shell. He thought it was the tortoise, but it was not. It was the hedgehog. He touched it, but a sharp spine went into his paw, and the hedgehog ran away. "Ouch!" the young jaguar cried. He put his paw in his mouth. It was hurting. "Perhaps you should scoop me out of my shell now," the tortoise said. "My paw hurts," the young jaguar cried. "Then drop me into the river," the tortoise said. "That will make me soft and easy to scoop out of my shell." The young jaguar agreed, and he picked up the tortoise and dropped him into the river. The tortoise swam away. The young jaguar went back to his mother and told her what had happened. "They have tricked you," she said. "You really aren't very clever. Now remember what I tell you. Drop the hedgehog into the river so that he uncoils his body. Scoop the tortoise out of his shell." The tortoise and the hedgehog knew that the young jaguar would come back. They decided to play another trick on him. "This time I'll take off my shell and coil myself into a ball," the tortoise said. "You wet your spines in the river and smooth them into a shell." The next morning when the young jaguar came to the river, he saw the two animals. The tortoise looked a little like a hedgehog. The hedgehog looked a little like a tortoise. The young jaguar ran back to his mother. He told her what he had seen. "Nonsense," she said. "A hedgehog always looks like a hedgehog. A tortoise always looks like a tortoise. You have seen a new animal. Every animal must have a name. I will call the animal you have seen an armadillo." And that is how armadillos came to be. Chapter 7. How the Crab Became Small. There was once a giant crab. He was so big that when he went into the sea, the water flowed onto the land. When he came out of the sea, all the water flowed away from the land, leaving it dry. The animals who lived on the land were tired of having too much water or too little water. These animals did not cause trouble for anyone, and they asked Man and his daughter to help them. Man and his daughter went to the great magician. "Please do something about the giant crab," they said. "There is either too much water on the land or there is not enough." The great magician spoke to the giant crab. "I suppose you think you are very important," he said. "I suppose you think you can cause everyone a lot of trouble." "It is not my fault," said the crab. "I have to leave my hole and go into the sea every morning to find food. Then I come back out of the sea at night and return to my hole to sleep." "You cannot behave the way you do," the great magician said. "It is not fair to the other animals." He then used his magic to take away the giant crab's thick shell. "Give me back my thick shell," the giant crab cried. "The birds and sharks will eat me now. I am not safe without my thick shell." "I will give you back your thick shell if you promise not to make trouble for everyone. But I must go into the water for food every day," the giant crab explained. The great magician knew he could not trust the giant crab. He said, "I will give you back your hard shell for 11 months of the year. On the 12th month, you will lose your hard shell and be soft. Do you agree?" The giant crab was not happy about this, but he agreed. "And I will also make you much smaller, so that every rock, hole and weed in the sea will be a safe place for you and your children. Now, the ocean will cover only part of the land when you go into the sea. When you come out of the sea, the water will flow away from the land." The great magician did this, which is why there are now thousands of little crabs on the beaches of the world. Chapter 8. The Cat That Walked by Himself. A very long time ago, all the animals were wild. The cat, the dog, the horse, and the cow were all wild. Their enemy was the man. Even the man was wild until he met the woman, and she made a home for him in a cave. She stayed at home in the cave and cooked and kept it clean. One night after a fine meal of meat, the man went out hunting. The woman began to sing a magic song. The dog heard this song. He said to the cat, "Can you hear that song?" "I can," the cat replied. "Let's go and find out who is singing and why," the dog suggested. "You can go," the cat said, "but I am the cat that walks by himself. All things are the same to me." The dog went to the cave. He smelled the meat. The cat followed him, but the dog did not know this. The cat hid and heard and saw everything that happened. The dog said, "O wife of my enemy, give me some meat, and let me sit by the fire." The wild dog did not like the man yet. "I will give you meat every day and let you sleep by the fire at night if you will help the man when he is hunting," the woman said. "Very well," the dog said, "I will do that." The woman gave him meat and let him sleep by the fire. When the man came home, he was angry. "What is that wild dog doing in our cave?" he demanded. "He is not a wild dog now," the woman answered. "He is our first friend." And she told the man that the dog would help him with his hunting, and the man let the dog stay. The cat thought, "The woman is clever, but not as clever as I am. All things are the same to me, and I am the cat that walks by himself." The cat went away. The next night after a fine meal, the man went out hunting. The woman began to sing her magic song again. The horse heard this song. He said to the cat, "Can you hear that song?" "I can," the cat replied. "Let's go and find out who is singing and why," the horse suggested. "You can go," the cat said, "but I am the cat that walks by himself. All things are the same to me." The horse went to the cave. There was green grass growing outside it. The cat quietly followed him and heard everything that happened. "Let me eat some of that green grass, O wife of my enemy," the horse said. The wild horse did not like the man yet. "If you will let my man ride on your back," the woman said, "I will let you eat grass here every day, and I will give you clean water." "Very well," the horse said, "I will do that." The woman gave him some green grass and clean water. When the man came home, he was angry. "What is that wild horse doing near our cave?" he demanded. "He is not a wild horse now," the woman answered. "He is our first servant." And she told the man that the horse would let him ride him. The cat thought, "The woman is clever, but not as clever as I am. All things are the same to me, and I am the cat that walks by himself." The cat went away. The next night after a fine meal, the man went out hunting. The woman began to sing her magic song again. The cow heard this song. He said to the cat, "Can you hear that song?" "I can," the cat replied. "Let's go and find out who is singing and why," the cow suggested. "You can go," the cat said, "but I am the cat that walks by himself. All things are the same to me." The cow went to the cave. She saw the green grass growing outside it. The cat followed the cow, but she did not know this. The cat hid and heard and saw everything that happened. "Let me eat some of that green grass, O wife of my enemy," the wild cow said. The wild cow did not like the man yet. "If you give us milk every day," the woman said, "I will let you eat the green grass and protect you." "Very well," the cow said, "I will do that." The woman gave her some green grass. When the man came home, he was angry. "What is that wild cow doing here?" he demanded. "She is not a wild cow now," the woman said. "She is the giver of good food." And she told the man that the cow would give them milk every day. The cat thought, "The cow is foolish, and the woman is clever, but not as clever as I am. All things are the same to me, and I am the cat that walks by himself." The cat went away. The woman did not sing her magic song again. The cat waited and waited, but he heard nothing. He went to the cave to find out why. He saw the dog sleeping by the fire. He saw the horse eating grass. He saw the woman taking milk from the cow. The woman saw the cat and said, "Go away. We do not need you. We do not need any more friends or servants or givers of good food." "I am none of those things," the cat said. "I am the cat that walks by himself. All things are the same to me. But can't I ever come into your cave? Can't I ever sit by your fire? Can't I ever have any of the milk from the cow? How can a beautiful woman like you be so cruel, even to a cat like me?" The woman said, "I knew I was clever, but I did not know I was beautiful. I will make a bargain with you. If I praise you once, then you can come into the cave. If I praise you twice, you can sit by the fire. If I praise you 3 times, you can drink milk from the cow." Time passed. The woman and the man had a baby. The baby cried and cried. The man and the woman did not know what to do to stop him from crying. The cat heard the baby crying and went inside. The baby stopped crying and stroked the cat's soft fur. He liked the way it felt. The cat found a piece of string and played with it. The woman saw this and said, "Thank you for stopping our baby from crying." The baby watched the cat and laughed at its game. The cat felt happy and began to purr. The baby liked the sound and was happy. He soon went to sleep. The woman said, "You are a very clever cat. Thank you for helping the baby to go to sleep." Suddenly, a mouse ran across the floor and scared the woman. The cat caught the mouse, and the woman praised the cat a 3rd time. "You have praised me for the 3rd time," the cat said. "So keep your side of the bargain. Let me come into the cave, sleep by the fire, and drink milk from the cow." "Very well," the woman said, "but you must always let baby stroke you. You must make the baby laugh with your games, and you must make the baby happy with your song." "I will do all those things," the cat said, "but remember that I walk by myself, and that all things are the same to me."